Hey, how are y'all? Everybody hear me okay? Let's see. Miss Henson, can you hear me? You're the only one I can see your video. All right, Christy, how are you? Mr. Sibley, back again. We're just going to preface before we begin today. Our network has been in and out. We've had some issues. So if something happens and we get cut off, we'll try to start back up as soon as we can. Mr. Sibley and I had a fantastic time last Thursday during our little session. Hopefully, we've only had one little spotty incident this morning, so hopefully we can make it through. Do y'all have any questions or anything before we begin? No? If Lindsay's on here, and if you have any questions or need me to stop, because I'll be sharing my screen in a few minutes, you can type it in the chat or turn on your microphone and tell me to stop if I'm going too fast. Today's modules are number 7 and 8, communication tools and assessment tools. You've pretty much done the hard stuff up until now, creating your modules and creating those pages and assignments. After 4, 5, and 6, 7 and 8 is going to be super easy. In fact, you should be able to do it today while I'm on here with you. But if there's not any questions, then we'll just go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Yes, okay, good. I'm in my sandbox and I'm on my homepage. And I know most of you have created your homepage and have yours set ready to go. To get to I'm going to go to modules, and we are going to work on number 7, and that's well, actually, I didn't have to go to communication. Go to my modules first. Communication tools. There's several different things that you can use, different tools that you can use to communicate with your kids. We have announcements, inbox, discussions, speed grader, collaborations. I'm going to kind of show you each one of those. And just kind of keep in mind as I'm showing you which one you would want to do as your assignment today. All you have to do is pick one and think about what you might say to your students, and you're going to screenshot just one of these. You don't have to do all of these today. So I want to start, actually I need to go back to home. I want to start with creating let's start with inbox. Inbox is pretty easy. So over on the left, I'm going to click on inbox. This is a lot like creating an email. And so from here, I'm going to go up at the very top and compose a new message. And let's see, I'm going to click on, I have several courses. So let's see, I find my sandbox. And so I could do all my participants in my sandbox. I'm going to say if I could choose certain people, if I have more than one teacher and I just want to do my teachers, or if I would just want to send a message to them. I don't have any students in my sandbox, so I can't choose students at this time. But I could choose just one person. If I just wanted to send a message to Christy, I could. And let's just say message, or let's say practice message. And in your body of your message, just say, hi. Whoop, that's not what I want to do. Welcome to our course. Yada, 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 just like an email. Notice at the very bottom, you can attach, if you have a PDF or a picture or anything on your computer that you want to attach to an email, you can do that here. But let's see, I have no idea what some of this is, but we're just going to say this image, I'm going to attach it. So that's going to go to there. If I wanted to record something instead of typing in something, I could do that too. any of these communication tools that we have, you can record. Okay, so here I'll just click start recording. And then I could say whatever I want. Good morning, students. Welcome to our class, blah, 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 blah. And you could say whatever you wanted to and save it. We'll say inbox message. You can save it, whatever you wanted to save it. And then click save. Or name it whatever you want to save. And it's going to upload it into your, you see media comment. So you see that there. And then click send. So mine went to Christy, and she'll be able to open that to see that. And if you use Inbox a lot, you could create an inbox message to your group and screenshot that. The next thing, let me go back to my course. All right. I want to create, that was Inbox. Do y'all have any questions about Inbox? So once again, that's pretty easy. We all use email, and it is over in our main menu. Within the class, I want to, let's say I want to create an announcement. Like Lindsay created an announcement this week that Tuesday our network was completely down and we couldn't get on here. So let's say today, and that went to everybody. So announcements will broadcast information to every participant. And if you notice at the top, I'm at my home screen. It says recent announcements. I haven't made any. So it's going to automatically pop up as the first thing you see. So I'm going to create an announcement now. So over on the left, wherever you have it in your navigation menu, click on it. No announcements. I want to add an announcement. So I'm going over to the far right. I'm going to click plus announcement. And again, you can name it whatever subject you want to name it. I'm going to just name it a practice announcement. In the body, in the box here, and notice if you haven't seen this before, in the bottom right, there's the editor status bar with all the dots. Grab it and pull it down if you need more room. Just like with making a page, anything that you could put on a page, you could put here. You can add images. You can add links to things. You can do simply text. One thing, you can add a video, just like I did a second ago. You can create a video announcement. Upload, record. You could record your video. I'm going to just do, welcome to the, you could say again, whatever you wanted to say. We could add a picture. Super, super easy. If you wanted to add an attachment at the bottom, you could choose your file. Let's see. Let me just upload an image. I want to go to Unsplash. That's cute. So I went to Unsplash. Unsplash is automatically, it's already like loaded into your Canvas course, and anything that's in Unsplash is going to be free of copyright issues. Everything is going to be for Creative Commons. You feel free to use without infringing on any copyright issues. But just so that you can see, you can do different types of media. And when I'm done with my announcement, all I have to do is click save.
Sorry, guys. I went and told her she cut out, so she's about to be joining right back in. Got some network problems going today, but hopefully she'll be able to get back in. Sorry, guys. It's not cooperating right now. We're trying to get her in. She's going to try to log in on her Chromebook instead of her desktop. So hopefully she'll be joining us again shortly.
Okay, can y'all see and hear me now? Yep.
Yep, you're back. Yay.
Give me just a second. My volume is off. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on with my regular computer because I've tried it like 3 more times and it tells me there's too many people on the call and that I cannot do anything. Okay. So I'm presenting my screen. We were at announcements. Let me get back to my course. Going back to my sandbox course. I'm not sure how far y'all saw me get. Here is what I created as an announcement. And again, you could add any type of media. You could do a video, picture, any of those things. And then at the bottom would be the save and send button. And when your students log in, it's going to be the very first thing that they see at the top. There is a practice announcement. So inbox announcements are both super quick and easy to do. And the main difference between those is one, it's like an inbox is an email type of thing. And then your announcement is going to go to everybody. Another communication tool that you can use is discussions. And I know you all know how to use discussions because you've been doing it all this time in our Canvas course for the summer. If you click on your modules, you should already have your discussion shell because that was part of your setting up your course and getting ready to go. So I have my discussion shell here. And it's empty. I haven't published it yet because I haven't done anything to it. To edit it, I'm going to click on Discussion Shell. And at the very top, I'm going to click Edit. And then I'll show you to remind you how to create a new discussion. But this is one where all of you should already have something created to start it with. Okay, so my discussion shell. If you notice, every one of these pages that I'm showing you look exactly like the page that we start. They have the same toolbar across the top where you can edit your your fonts. You can change the size. You can change the colors. You can center however you want to align it. If you want to add lists, you can do that as well. If on my computer, my screen was bigger, and so I had more options across the top. A lot of you are probably on Chromebooks too, and maybe you haven't found what I'm talking about to see some of these places. But look, if you notice right here, it has the 3 dots. Click on that, and then you'll get some of the other tools. Here's your link. You can add an image. This is where I recorded a little bit ago. You can add a document there, and so on. All right, so let's say our discussion. What do you think about virtual learning? Whoop. If I could type. So again, it could be text. Let me get rid of this. If I want to add a picture in here, I can. You know, I could add in something with my Bitmoji if I want to. Let's just do that. Add in an image. Let me just do one without words. Where'd she go? This is the one I want. So I'm going to right click it and copy, and then we'll paste it down here. And you can make this bigger. Like I said, you can edit your text. I want it to be big. You could center it. So just like you would any page, you can do here. I've showed you how to do a video. We could add something else, and I'll do something. If you wanted to add in a Google Doc, you could do that here as well. And you would do it pretty much the same way. Click on, you could do the plug. You could do documents, upload document. Let's do this. I want to, if there was a, let me go to Google Apps. If there was a slide deck that I wanted to include, go to my Google Apps. Let's see. I'm going to just scroll down to library. I'm going to just use this one I used last week. I know Poetry Month. I know it has nothing to do with what I have right now. Do notice too that there's two things, embed and link. If you click on link, it's just going to put in Poetry Month, and the students would have to click the link to get to it. But let's say I have something on virtual learning and I wanted to include it with my discussion. I could click embed, and it's going to put my slide deck in there. Okay, so again, I know it has nothing to do with virtual learning, but I wanted to show you could do images, video, and Google Docs in any of these communication tools that we're using. All right, so once you're ready, you can do a couple of things. You can allow other students to reply. If you want this to be a grade, you're going to click on graded. And let's see. For example, we did ours as 1 point for our course. So I changed that to 1 point. And for discussion, you can make it, how do you want your grades to look in the grade book? Do you just want it to be complete versus incomplete? They get a point if they do it, and which is how we did ours. We set ours up that way. It's going to default to assignment group. Are you going to require your students to do peer reviews? Do you want them to automatically assign them, or do you want them to manually assign peer reviews? Okay. And just like with assignments that you saw last week, you can create due dates. Let's say I want this to be done by next Friday. And if you want to go ahead and put it in there, but maybe not show up as your discussion, you can say, I want this discussion posted on the 20th. But they have it, and then I want it to go away on the 24th. So if they don't do it by the due date, it's going to be gone. Do you have to put any of these due dates in there? Absolutely not. You can leave it completely blank. I'm going to click Save and Publish. If you're not quite done with it, you can just click Save, but just know that you will have to come back later and publish it. Okay? There is a discussion. So do keep in mind, you can click on discussion on the side. You want to create a new one. You would just click the plus discussion. If within your module, you want to create another discussion, you go to your modules. You may have more than one module listed, but you go to the module title and do plus and change it to discussion. New discussion. And name it whatever you want to name it. If you wanted to add another for this particular module, I want to just remind you how we added the discussion shell before. Oh, one thing I didn't say, I'm gonna go back to this one. This is the one we just published and had ready to go. I want to edit the title of it because I don't want mine to say discussion shell anymore. I clicked on edit, going up to the very top. And let's say, I could just name it, again, any of this, you can name it just as you want. Let's say module number 1 discussion, week 1 discussion, any of that. And if you decide later you want it worth more points, you can actually go in or change the type of grading that you want displayed in your grade book. You can always come in here and just click that edit even after you've published it and change it. Okay. Another place, questions so far? Everybody with me? Okay. And I see everybody's heads moving, so I haven't been logged off yet. Okay, so I'm going to go back. One more thing I want to show you, and I have been using this a lot, and I feel like this is one of the things that you guys will be using a lot. I'm going to modules, and I want to go to my assignments. I want to grade an assignment that my students did. So let's say, here's my poetry assignment that I did last week. And I want to see if anyone has submitted. I'm going to click on poetry. And notice over here on the right, related items, it says speed grader. I can download my submissions, and then it says right here, 0 out of 1 submissions graded. So I've had one, I haven't graded any, but I have had one person submit their assignment. To actually grade it, you click on speed grader. And the first, and you guys all have the option to be a test student in yours. And that's what I've used as this to show you guys today. And I can show you how to use that in a second. But I submitted a poem. I'm a fantastic poet, as you can see. Submitted a poem as a text so that you guys can see it here. Here's where you grade it. Let's say I'm going to give myself 2 out of 5 points. Or if it was incomplete versus complete, there would be a drop-down menu where you click on complete, incomplete. Then here you could do a comment. You could type in whatever you wanted to say. Nice job. You could attach a video or a document, some kind of file. You can record anytime you see this, I'm going to click allow. I can record my message to my student. Great job on submitting your poem on time. And you can say whatever you wanted to about your poem or assignment. Click save, and I could name that. And that way, especially if we end up having to do some quarantine time where everyone's learning virtually, they want to see your face. So how easy is that to just add in a quick video with some feedback? So and then you can also just do an audio. Say if you're not feeling so great or you're having a bad hair day, you can just do audio. Oh, actually, this is speech to text, sorry. But you can just do audio as well. Is that in there? Upload media, record media, mic. Oh, maybe
For audio, I think if you just click on that webcam button, it should turn your webcam
off. It turns off. That's what it is. I was like, I know. I'm losing my mind right now. That's what it is. Click off the webcam. You're right. No video. And then just do audio that way. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Lindsay.
No problem. It's been a stressful morning for you. I thought I'd jump in.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. So let me get back to, we've done announcements, inbox, discussion, and speed grader. There is one more type of Let me go ahead and just get out of this. What's really neat about Speed Grader is once you put your grade in there, it saves it. And if you want to add more than one comment, you can do that as well. So it saves it for you and it goes right into your grade book. There is one more piece that you can use. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail. If you would like to use a collaboration piece, let us know and we can help you get this set up, but just kind of let you know it's there. And then we do have a video on this, and this one takes a little bit more time. So with collaborations, what you would do here is create groups. If I wanted to start a collaboration, you would go through and put your students in groups, and you could then have them work on an assignment together. So like right now, here's all of my people. If I wanted to create a group, I could come in here and add, I don't have any students in this class, so that's probably why. But you would create your group first, and then you could go in and assign them a blank document. And when you go through and assign it, it is a blank document. But again, lots of steps to get this one set up and ready to go. But I do want you to know that you can create a collaborative project using Canvas. And we can help you more on that. And I can send you the video as well. Okay. So any questions about communication tools at this point? No? Everybody good? The other module 8 is quizzes. And quizzes is going to be fairly simple as well. I'm going to go back home. Quizzes, there's 4 different types of quizzes. There's a graded quiz and a practice quiz. Then there's a graded survey and an ungraded survey. I'm going to head to modules. You have all created your quiz shell. So you can click right, we're going to click right on there to begin your quiz. But you can also, if you don't have one created yet or you want to add another, you just go to your module title and do plus and add a new quiz. But we have one there, so I'm not going to add another one at this time. So I want to click on quiz shell. And notice at the top it says this quiz is unpublished. Only teachers can see the quiz until it is published. So it is nice that this one kind of reminds you, hey, make sure you publish this when you're done. So we want to edit our quiz. So just like with all the pages that we've done before, we're going to click on edit because we don't have anything in there yet. All right, first thing I'm going to do is change my title. I don't want it to say quiz shell, and I spelled quiz wrong too. Let's do math quiz. Your instruction box, again, looks exactly the same as every other page that we've done with all of the announcements or collaboration tools, your assignments. I love that everything looks the same. Our content editor looks exactly the same in every type of assignment that we do. So this is where, and it shows you here, write your instructions. And again, you can add, if you teach special ed or kindergarten, first grade, and they're not going to be able to read the instructions for this quiz. That's a lot of people have told me, I don't think my kids are going to be able to do this. They absolutely can. You can do videos, just like we showed you a second ago. Across the top in the toolbar, I'm going to click the 3 dots so I have more. Yours may be showing, but my screen is small. I click on the record or upload media, and then record media again. If I want to record myself, I could do that here. If I have, this is another way you can embed, and I didn't show y'all that earlier. But if you have a slideshow or something that you would like to embed here, you could get the embed code and add that. If you have a video from your computer, click on there. I figured the recording is one of the main things that a lot of you might use. It's really neat. And again, audio, take off your webcam. But you could type out directions. Let's say, answer the following questions. And you could be as detailed as you want to with your questions or your instructions. Quiz type. I told you there were 4 different types of quizzes. The main one I feel like everyone would use would be the graded quiz. But the graded and the practice quiz are practice quiz you would use if maybe for review. The graded quiz, it's actually going to assign a grade to your quiz. And then if you've used Google Forms, that's basically what graded survey and ungraded survey is. You give a question with options and the students answer the questions, but there is no right or wrong. So if you want to make sure that you're doing something that has a right answer, wrong answer, then you want to do graded quiz. And I'll kind of show you survey in just a second. So let's just say graded quiz. You want to make sure if you want to shuffle your answers where each student has a different set of answers, you can click that. If you want a time limit, let's look at all of these. If you want a time limit, you can add that in there. Say they have 10 minutes to complete this. If it's a review, if you did practice, you may allow multiple attempts. Or maybe let's just click on multiple attempts. Let's say I only want to allow them 2 tries. And out of the 2 tries, the highest grade is what's going to be recorded. And you have even more details you can add. Let the students see their responses. If you want them to know immediately what their responses are, if you want them to know that their answers see the correct answers, let's say only after their last attempt. Let's say I don't want them to know the correct answers right away. But if they do it twice, we can show them what's right and wrong. You could even put a date on there. If you want to hide the correct answers on a certain date, you can do that as well. And then if you want to leave it to where there's only one question, especially for littles, it might be better this way. One question at a time on the screen for the students. If you're taking a test and you don't want a student to get in there before they can actually get in there, maybe you're in class or you're on a Google Meet with them, you can give them an access code and you make up your own access code. And when they get on there, they have to type this in. Filter IP, I'm not going to pretend like I know how that works, so I'm going to skip that for now. And just like I showed you a second ago with discussions, you can add due dates. This one I'm going to leave blank this time. Okay, so we're not quite done. We've set up how we want all of the details going with our quiz. Now we need to type in some questions. So that is in this second tab right next to details. Okay, so I have one question here. We're going to type in new question. And I'm just going to make this say number 1. And once again, there's that same content-rich editor. I can add pictures. I can do Google Slides. I can create a video. I can record myself. Lots and lots of different options. It's not just text. I had someone text me this morning and ask me what they could do with their kids that are non-readers. So once again, you could create it this way where you could have it where you read it to them. Let's see. I want this question to be 2 plus 2 equals blank. Okay. So I didn't show you this. This is what I'm naming question number 1, and multiple choice. You have different options. So I'm going to choose multiple choice for this one, and I'll do another question and do fill in the blank or whatever. Let's say my correct answer is going to be number 4. Possible other answer choices, 3, 100, 0. And if you want to change your correct answer, you just use that arrow. Let's say, but obviously it's number 4. And then update your question, and it saves it for you. This was when I was playing earlier, and I left it blank. I'm going to just delete that question. I don't want that one there. Let's say I want to add a new question. I'm going to say this is number 2. I want this one to be, let's do true, false. A triangle has 4 edges, or 4 sides, not edges. And answer true or false. And we're going to say false. And update the question. So super simple on how you do your quizzes. You can change your different types. So you can have all of the different types of questions within one quiz. If you wanted to upload a question from your computer, you could do that. Matching, just kind of so you can see what that looks like. So you know that these are going to be the matching the left side to the right side. Add another answer, like vocabulary or facts or anything like that. You just want to match the correct answer with the here. And then click update your question. And I'm going to cancel on this one. This is all you have to do for this module. Create some sort of quiz, and you can screenshot this screen, and you would submit it as your assignment for this one. So I'm going to click on Save and Publish. I want to show you, if you want to preview it, you can see what it's going to look like. This is what your students would see. One question at a time. Next. Number 2. And then if you put a time limit on there, you'll see your time limit on, the students would see the time limit on the side. But I like on this one that you don't have to go to home to do the student. You can preview it right there in your quiz. So one more, I want to show you the survey. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to add one more quiz to it. So I'm on my week 1 plus, we're going to do add quiz. New quiz. Let's see. I'm going to just type in survey. Goodness, I cannot type today. Notice too, I clicked save and publish earlier, so it does have the check beside it. My discussion, I did not publish it, but I can go in and publish it now. I want to do my survey. So you go through the same details as you did with the quiz that we had just a second ago. And if you want to change your title, you can. I'm going to change the quiz type on this one to ungraded survey. And if you want if you choose graded, let's just show you the difference. Here's graded, and you can tell for finishing this, and this is a basically complete versus incomplete on a survey, because surveys, there are no right answers. It's students' opinions. So for finishing it, they would get 5 points. If you did ungraded, it takes away the score option. Everything else remains the same but the score. So again, same other details. If you can shuffle the answers, time limit, and again, this is a survey, so I may not do all of that. Maybe I want this to only show up on the last Friday of the class, something. Same thing again, quiz restrictions, you can add an access code, and assignment dates. So details are exactly the same. Now I'm going to go to questions, new question, and you have the same exact format that we had just a second ago. The biggest difference is there is not the arrow on the side to show you which is the correct answer. Okay. I wanted you to see what a survey versus a regular quiz looks like. And once you have your questions in there, update your question and you can save and publish.